Hi fans of high quality entertainment. Before I talk about what I consider my 10 favorite debut albums of all time, I just wanted to quickly thank the latest members for joining my membership. It's only $1.99 per month. You can join here or here. 80 Anna, thank you. Will Anderson, thank you. Jonathan Gray, thank you very much. And a few people rejoined. JJS Free Time, thank you. Boris Stone, thank you. Juan Yes, thank you. And MDA 87, thank you very much. Become a member today. Okay, there are so many great debut albums. And my list isn't necessarily the top 10 best debut albums. They are just my personal 10 favorites. So don't take it the wrong way. But some great debut albums that aren't in my top 10 include The Pretenders, The Doors, Pink Floyd The Piper at the Gates of Dawn, The Velvet Underground and Nico, is it Nico? Freak Out by Frank Zappa and the Mothers of Invention, Elvis Costello, My Aim is True, The Stooges, Black Sabbath, Van Halen, The Clash, the band's Music from Big Pink, McCartney, John Lennon Plastic Ono Band. See, all of these are amazing albums to me. But you know, for a top 10 list, there's only so many you can put in a top 10 list. I think the number is 10 actually. So, but still, all of these I love. Jimi Hendrix Experience, Are You Experienced? And even Elvis, his first debut album. But you know, I have no personal attachment to, you know, like Elvis Presley, Oasis. I know a lot of you mentioned in the community. They're just not favorites of mine, but if you love them, that is great. Little Richard, King Crimson. See, if I did a top 10 best 10 debut albums, then I might have King Crimson in there because it is an amazing album. But personally, I have others that I love even more. Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Talking Heads 77. My Audience. So I've actually got 9 of the 10 favorites because one of the CDs, I don't know where it is, but I know I own it. And these aren't in any particular order, so they're just 10 of my favorites. And I didn't know if I should include this one or not, but at the end of the day, I had to. The Beatles, Please Please Me. And the reason is, you know, growing up, as much as I loved I Want to Hold Your Hand and She Loves You, I was more of a fan of, you know, later on, like starting I guess in '65 with Ticket to Ride and Yesterday and then Rubber Soul, Revolver. So the early Beatles, even though I absolutely love the songs, I'm not as attached to their early recordings. And for instance, this one is the UK version. The first one that we were aware of was called Meet the Beatles. And so that's why this doesn't mean as much to me as it really should. But I mean, for a debut album, you got to include the Beatles. And I do love this album. I hope some of that made sense. I love this album. I love this band. I just wish certain members could get along with each other a little better. Yes, their debut album, Beyond and Before, and right away, Chris Squire's bass guitar work is standing out. I know they were still trying to get their sound, which they finally found on Fragile. But I See You, nice jazzy jazz rock tune. Yesterday and Today, which is just gorgeous. Looking Around. Harold Land is the one song that is just good. Every Little Thing, totally different cover version of the Beatles song. And I love the original by the Beatles, but this song, they take it to another place. It's amazing. And then Sweetness and Survival. So, love this album. This debut album was their only album, but I guess it's still called a debut album. And I think I had it. I don't know how, because I didn't have the money to buy records, but somehow this was one of my very first albums. And on the first play, I recognized the names of the band members, but I didn't really know anything about them. I just, read in magazines and all that. And so the first or second time I played it, I just thought it was okay. And then from then on, it is truly one of my all-time favorite albums. Blind Faith. With Eric Clapton and Stevie Winwood and Ginger Baker and Rick Gretsch. I think that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, the whole album. Had to Cry Today, Can't Find My Way Home, Well Alright, Presence of the Lord, Sea of Joy, and even Do What You Like, which I know some fans of this album think it's, the drum solo in it and everything, but I absolutely love the whole album. Another great debut album. This one is from the 70s. And as soon as I bought it, I loved it right away. In fact, I loved their first 3 albums. Wire, Pink Flag. Kind of a punk, at least for this album, and the 2 after that, they were more of they're almost like a punk Pink Floyd band. They got more experimental and everything, but this is still, if you like punk rock music and just good music though, it's not necessarily like screaming and everything, it's more than that. This is a superb album. Just check out on YouTube Lowdown by Wire. Another one of my all-time favorite albums, and such a great debut. Question Mark. Are we not men? Answer. We are Devo. This band I'm ranking and reviewing right now on this channel. Once again, one of my all-time favorite albums, Blue Oyster Cult. First time I heard it, because I was familiar with Secret Treaties and I loved Tyranny and Mutation, the second album. But when I bought this one, I thought it was really weird and not what I was expecting. But it's one of those albums you need to listen to a few times to truly appreciate. But it is one of my favorite all-time albums. Same with this one. Although, no, I guess their second album, it took me a few listens. But this one, their debut, Sparks. I think I liked it basically right away, although it was completely different than Kimono My House. And of course this was originally called Half Nelson, and then they redid, it's the same album, but they repackaged it and they changed the band name to Sparks, and different album cover and everything. Just 1971, and some of the music on it, like Fa La Fa Li, it sounds like new wave music. They were just so far ahead of their time, and they still are. Believe it or not, I like some punk rock music. And Not all of it though. There were some albums I bought back in the 70s, like The Dead Boys, Young, Loud and Snotty, which I thought was kind of just okay. But when this came out, I'd read about them in the newspaper, in the magazines, and I took the chance of buying it, not knowing if I would like it or not, and I loved it right away. Definitely one of the greatest debut albums of all time, and my favorite Ramones album. And even the production, I love that I think the bass is on one side and the drums are on the other, and the guitar, or the guitar, I don't know. But it's all really separated, and I love it for this album. Now the one CD I am missing, I don't know where it is, but it is, for me, the best punk rock album. The Sex Pistols. Never mind the Bullocks. Here's the Sex Pistols. There, I'll pretend I'm showing it to you. Yeah. And I remember, I think it was 1977 when I bought it. I felt kind of, I don't know, naughty or something because it had Sex Pistol, the title Sex Pistols. And then knowing it's punk rock and reading about the band and everything, I just felt kind of, oh, I shouldn't be buying this. But I enjoyed the album right away, and I think Johnny Rodden's vocals, it's one of the best vocal performances of all time. The anger, a lot of punk rock I feel is forced, and I don't really even believe the anger in their voice, but for this particular album, he really sounds angry. And the lyrics he wrote are just superb too. And the music and everything, Steve Jones on guitar, who was a Sparks fan. Yeah, it is definitely one of the greatest debut albums as far as I'm concerned. But what is the greatest, to me, debut album of all time? If you could only name one album, what would it be? I think my choice would be Led Zeppelin 1. That's right. What can you say? Good times, bad times. Babe, I'm gonna leave. You shook me. Night long. Dazed and Confused. Your Time Is Gonna Come. Black Mountain Side. I just loved, the variety in the music and, the light and the dark, I guess, and I Can't Quit You Baby, Communication Breakdown, and How Many More Times. I know how I'm going to end this video with one of my all-time favorite moments in rock and roll music. And it's going to sound almost like the song. 'Cause I got you in the sights of my... Sorry about that. I thought it would turn out better than it did. Yeah, so for me, I think if I had to pick one album that was the best debut album of all time, even though I know there's some people out there, oh, they copy this and copy that, of course. I understand that, but still, what a great debut album. So I would love your thoughts in the comment section below on what are some of your favorite debut albums, and what, if you had to name just one album as the best debut album of all time, what would it be? Thanks for watching. Have a great day.